Tonight on News 3 New Mexico, ENW celebrates 90 years of education.
After the rain on Tuesday, we're experiencing another fire weather warning. Find out more in my full weather forecast.
Eastern New Mexico University in Roswell is hosting an art gala on Thursday night. That story and more right now.
This is News 3 New Mexico, your local source for news, sports, and first weather.
Good evening and welcome to News 3 New Mexico. I'm Andres Chavez.
And I'm Paige Gard. Thank you so much for watching. The New Mexico State Police are investigating an officer-involved shooting with several Roswell PD detectives. During a search for 27-year-old Javier Harvey Salinas of Roswell on charges of murder in the first degree, Salinas was killed. It happened when detectives attempted to conduct a traffic stop and Salinas fled at a high rate of speed. At one point, Salinas got out of his vehicle, then fled on foot. Roswell detectives gave chase when Salinas pointed a firearm at 2 out of the 3 detectives, who discharged their service pistols, striking Salinas and killing him. Another investigation is ongoing in Roswell as the Chavez County Sheriff's Office and Roswell Police Department took into an incident where a firearm was brandished at a Pecos elementary school. The incident occurred when the man driving a car by the school shouted at a teacher and pointed a gun at her early in the morning before the start of class. The school went into lockdown, but no further incident occurred when the man never entered the school. Classes have gone back into session as usual at Pecos Elementary, and the Roswell Police Department reports that the campus is safe. Police are currently searching for the dark gray SUV involved in the incident.
A 73-year-old woman passed away Sunday following a tragic accident in Alamogordo on the intersection of 10th Street and North White Sand Boulevard on Saturday. The woman was trapped in her 2008 Saturn sedan after it was struck by another vehicle around 2:30 p.m. The driver of the other vehicle, who is not yet identified, was removed from the vehicle and airlifted to the University Medical Center with severe life-threatening injuries. The incident is currently under investigation by the Alamogordo Police Department, but it's believed that the 23-year-old man may have been driving at excessively high speeds and read a red light immediately before the collision.
The disease spreading amongst cows in New Mexico, Texas, and Kansas now has a name. The American Association of Bovine Practitioners will now refer to the highly pathogenic avian influenza in cattle as bovine influenza and is encouraging everyone else to do the same. Experts say that though the disease is similar to bird flu, which occurs in poultry, it presents itself very differently in cattle and is far less lethal. Several thousand head of cattle in the U.S. already have come down with bovine influenza, and only about a dozen cases have been confirmed in eastern New Mexico, an area of the state with the largest number of dairies.
The 2024 primary election is coming up on June 7th, and with the special day growing closer, it's important to make sure that you're registered to vote. Registering, as well as finding out more information about voting, is easy with the help of nmvote.org. You can use the website to register to vote online, view your registration information, and find a voting location near you. Your vote matters, so it's great to start early and to make sure that your voice is heard. And Jonathan, yesterday it was raining a lot in the Portales region, and obviously it's a lot more calm today. What's it going to be looking like for the rest of the week?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we're starting to see another fire weather watch once again with that rain.
Classic spring.
Out. Yep. States, we're seeing some rain coming up, kind of traveling southeastward, and we're seeing another set of rainstorms coming up through Texas all the way up into Pennsylvania, traveling northeastward. For New Mexico, however, we do have an allergy report right now. We're seeing grass allergies at around low, while we are seeing some high tree allergies this week for the rest of this week, so be on the lookout for that. For our fire weather watch, and all of this tan color here, including counties like Bernalillo, Socorro, Torrance, and Valencia, as well as counties like Colfax, Harding, Mora, and Union, and all of this tan color right here is going to have a fire weather watch until Friday at 8 p.m. So be on the lookout for that, and I'll have more in my full weather forecast. Back to you.
Thank you, Johnny. Eastern New Mexico University in Roswell is hosting a huge art gala Thursday night. It's called the Nature vs. Nurture Gala and will take place on campus at the ITC Commons building from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. The gala art event was first held last year with funds raised during the event going to scholarships. News 3 New Mexico will be covering the event in Roswell tomorrow night, and we'll have a full report on Friday's newscast.
Well, despite the strong winds this weekend, Eastern New Mexico University celebrated its 90th anniversary with a festival on the campus. Jonathan Giese has more from Saturday's festivities.
People showed up to hear live music, eat from local food trucks, and celebrate with university, local, and state dignitaries.
Thank you all. I've never been a part of an organization from every employee, every discipline, so committed to student success. And that sense of family, I think there's a genuineness to that people see and respond to.
Many of those who came to ENMU's 90th anniversary celebration reminisced about memories and talked about the importance of ENMU, not only to Portales, but all of Eastern New Mexico and the land of enchantment.
I think like many university towns, it's an engine of ingenuity. It's an engine of information.
Yeah.
We're able to learn new things about the world and see ourselves as part of the world. So that's what the university brings.
I started my education at Eastern New Mexico University 50 years ago. I can't imagine what it'd be like without Eastern in our community. And, we want to continue to work with the leadership here and continue to develop that relationship between the community and the university.
So it's critical that we have institutions of higher learning that can equip our students to not only compete in the local community, but compete statewide and nationally and internationally.
Many who attended the 90th anniversary festival stopped by the studios of KENW. This year, the station celebrates its 50th anniversary in October.
Like family, at ENMU, we grow our own, educate our own, and support our own throughout their life.
For News 3 New Mexico, I'm Jonathan Giese.
Anniversary is planned as part of next year's homecoming celebrations on campus.
In Portales, parents and children have their own event to look forward to, the Child Identity Kit event being hosted by the Portales Police Department on April 27th. The event will take place between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. at Legacy Church on 820 West 18th Street. The event centers around child identity kits, which are used to assist police in the event that your child is missing, with up-to-date medical and identifying information. But beyond the serious life-saving purpose of the event, children are sure to have fun. You can look forward to Happy Meals for the first 100 children to arrive and 4 bicycles to be raffled off throughout the event, as well as a display of fire trucks by the Portales Fire Department.
The 47th annual Jack Williamson Lectureship will take place at Eastern New Mexico University starting tomorrow, and there's still time to attend. The event will feature guest of honor and acclaimed author Martha Wells and feature a Cantina Carnival, a reading with Martha Wells, a keynote lunch catered by ENMU's Culinary Arts Department, and panels with other accomplished sci-fi authors. If you're interested in finding out more about the lectureship and viewing the full schedule, you can visit the ENMU website at www.enmu.edu/sci-fi. You've got something to look forward to this weekend if you live in Carlsbad, since Baby Bash, Brown Boy, and Mikey Jimenez are coming to the Walter Garrels Performing Arts Center for a concert at 7 p.m. on April 12th this Friday. Tickets are still on sale, and you can find them online. General admission is just $42, and you still have the opportunity to purchase an add-on meet and greet with Brown Boy for $40. You can find more information and get some tickets of your own at www.reloadedtalent.com under the Events tab. Coming up after the break, Jonathan will have their full weather forecast for you.
But first, here's a look at today's financial market.
Welcome back to News 3 New Mexico. As you can see, we've got a really nice, beautiful skyline of Portales today after the rain on Tuesday. It's really nice temperatures thanks to this drone footage captured by our friends at KOAT as they visited us today. And it's really nice temperatures, but we are starting to get into that allergy season, so make sure to be on the lookout for that. And as we see, we've got a bit of rain that's coming kind of southeastward towards Tucumcari for this evening, but it's going to kind of like stay over there, and it's going to start, as you see, we also have some rain passing through Amarillo. And as we have our fire watch as well in Bernalillo, Lincoln, Socorro, and Torrance counties, as well as all of Colfax and Harding and Union, that's going to be all of this tan color right here until about Friday at 8 p.m. Taking a look at our wind speeds, we're currently seeing mostly 10 miles per hour throughout the state, but we are seeing some even less than that. We're seeing some 20 miles per hour winds in the northwest part of the state, as well as a bit in the central. And as we pass into Thursday, those wind speeds are going to be kind of middling, having a very relaxed Thursday as we start to pass into that afternoon. But once we hit to Friday, we're going to see those wind speeds start to pick back up. It's going to be traveling northward through the south, and we're seeing some 20-mile-per-hour winds, and that speed is going to start to progress and pick up as we head into the weekend. Taking a look at our current temperatures, we've got 66 in Farmington, it's 67 in Gallup up here in the northwest. For the southwest, we are seeing 72 in Truth or Consequences in Alamogordo. We're seeing 69 in Albuquerque and 63 in Santa Fe, 59 in Raton and 61 in Clayton, 70 in Carlsbad with 68 in Hobbs. And taking a look at eastern New Mexico and West Texas, we're seeing 64 in Portales, 63 in Clovis, 66 in Lubbock, and 64 in Amarillo. Taking a look at tonight's lows, we're seeing a 37 up here in Farmington with a 29 in Gallup. We're seeing a 50 in Las Cruces and 50 in Alamogordo. We're seeing a 47 in Albuquerque with 39 in Santa Fe. We're seeing 31 in Raton and 40 in Clayton. We're seeing 47 in Carlsbad and 46 in Hobbs. We're seeing 44 in Portales, 44 in Clovis for eastern New Mexico, and for West Texas, 43 in Amarillo and 46 in Lubbock. Tomorrow's highs, we're seeing 70s throughout most of the state, including 71 in both Gallup and Farmington. We're seeing an 83 in Las Cruces with 72 in Albuquerque. We're seeing 68 in Raton with 65 in Clayton, and we're seeing 80 in Carlsbad. And for tomorrow, and for eastern New Mexico, we're seeing 69 in Clovis, 72 in Portales, 66 in Amarillo, and 72 in Lubbock. Taking a look at our 7-day forecast for Roswell, we are seeing some wind on Friday and Monday with a peak of 89 this weekend as we start to get into those summer and spring temperatures. For Carlsbad, we're going to be seeing some wind Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday with a high of 90 on Sunday as we start to pick up into those 80-degree temperatures. Tucumcari, we have some rain on Friday, and Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're going to have a very windy week in Tucumcari in the 70s. And in Portales, we're going to be seeing nice sunny skies, but some high winds on Monday and Tuesday with both 78s as we start to head into spring and summer.
Spring in New Mexico, you gotta love it. Raining one day, 80 the next.
Yep, be sure to look out for those fire weather warnings if you're in those areas.
I'm definitely looking forward to those 80s. You know, might be able to fly a kite, especially with that wind, but as long as it's not too bad.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that is all the news we have for you guys right now. We'll be back with more after the break.
Welcome back. The total solar eclipse is now history, and the celestial event on Monday had many people dazzled. The eclipse also had an impact on animals.
CNN's Ed Lavendera was in the path of totality at the Dallas Zoo in Texas, witnessing how animals responded to the event.
It was like momentarily walking into the classic comedy Night at the Museum, a glimpse into the secret lives of animals at the Dallas Zoo when humans aren't around to watch.
Zebra started chasing him, and then the ostriches got into the mix as well.
Just as the zoo slipped into total darkness, a jolt of, well, animal energy seemed to shoot through the grounds. The moment mesmerized Lisa Van Sleet, a curator of mammals at the Dallas Zoo.
So did the total eclipse day meet your expectations?
It exceeded my expectations today. There was a lot more activity than I expected to see out of the animals.
Just before total darkness, an ostrich laid an egg and hovered over it for a time, protecting it. Zoo officials say it's not clear if the moment was caused by the eclipse, but that the timing was certainly curious, they said. Guinea fowl suddenly crowed wildly.
I hear the birds are starting.
The birds are getting louder.
Yeah.
Just before the moon covered the sun for almost 4 minutes, a young giraffe and its mother galloped around the enclosure. The zebras joined in the chase as well. Here and around the country, elephants grouped together and appeared to head back to the area where they sleep. Flamingos packed together in the middle of a pond in their habitat. Primates apparently also thought it was bedtime. Animal experts say the sudden darkness triggered a natural reaction among many of the animals.
At nighttime, predators go out a lot more, and so they have to kind of huddle together to be safety in numbers and in case something's coming. So they went into that instinct pretty quickly.
At this doggy daycare in the Dallas area, this group of dogs seemed to stop, confused by the sudden darkness. When the sun returned, the dogs started playing around again. Another video captured a cat wanting to come inside its home when darkness struck. At the Toledo Zoo, a polar bear didn't seem to care about all the fuss, nonchalantly dove into the water before the sun disappeared. Texas Parks and Wildlife officials teamed up with NASA to set up these acoustic recording devices to monitor the sounds of animals in the wild. But not all animals were flustered or impressed by the total eclipse. Tobogo the giraffe mostly walked around, unfazed, ready to start chewing on the lettuce the humans feed him when the sun came back.
It is unclear what research around the country found as they studied the animal behavior during the eclipse. The next total solar eclipse will be visible across the United States and will take place in 2024.
If cloudy skies, shipping delays, or other inconveniences kept you from viewing the eclipse on Monday, you might feel disappointed. But luckily, there are many more eclipses to come, and we can expect to see the skies darken once again as soon as October this year. Specifically, it will be an annular eclipse taking place early in the morning on October 2nd. An annular eclipse occurs when the moon passes between the sun and the earth, but the moon is further away. As a result, the sun forms a ring of light around the moon rather than totally disappearing. If you want to see that eclipse, however, you'll have to travel to Hawaii. Another total eclipse visible in the United States won't take place in the next 2 decades, with the next one slated to arrive on August 23rd, 2044.
While many eagerly anticipated the eclipse, for some members of Native American tribes, the event was a solemn occasion. The Navajo tribe, for one, views the eclipse as taboo. American Indians see the sun as a father figure and an eclipse as its death. The details are documented by the Museum of Native American History in Bentonville, Arkansas. Tribal members are not allowed to look at any photos, videos, or really anything that has to do with the eclipse. So, while many gazed to the sky to see the historic eclipse, the crowds did not include a large group of Native Americans who didn't want anything to do with the celestial event. The city of Carlsbad is hosting an Earth Day art contest with entries open until April 17th. This year's theme is Planet versus Plastics, and all art must be in 2D style, including art forms like painting, drawing, and photography. There are 3 age categories, including kindergarten through 5th grade, 6th through 12th grade, and adults. Entry is completely free and is designed to show off art skills and appreciation for our planet. To read the contest guidelines and to download the entry form, visit www.carlsbadmuseum.org/earth/day-contest.
Sprucing up your yard for Arbor Day is a simple feat if you're a Roswell resident, thanks to Keep Roswell Clean and Beautiful's upcoming Arbor Day celebration. You can pick up a bur, oak, lilac, or other variety of seedling yourself by stopping by the Spring River Zoo Park at 1306 East College Boulevard during the event. The Arbor Day giveaway will take place on April 13th between 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and will feature seedlings, LED light bulbs, and reusable bags and containers being given out to any Roswell resident who stops by.
Adorable, socialized, obedient dogs are up for adoption thanks to a possum program led by the New Mexico Corrections Department. The NMCD partners with animal shelters throughout the state and pairs dogs with inmates to train and prepare the dogs for adoption. The Paws in the Pen program has dogs graduating throughout the year across the entire state, and many are waiting for their forever home right now. By visiting www.cd.nm.gov/dogs/programs, you can find out more about the closest program near you and see what dogs are available for adoption right now. Today in history, you might recall that the first ever picture of a black hole was released by astronomers. That happened as recently as 2019. The image was taken using the Event Horizon Telescope and depicts a black hole located in the Messier 87 galaxy. Taking the picture was exceptional because black holes absorb all the light around them, meaning that there isn't light reflected for the camera to capture. Instead, the astronomers had to capture the light emitted by the excitron disk, which is made up of a matter flowing into the black hole. The distance between Earth and Messier 87, as well as light emitted by nearby stars, made the black hole extremely difficult to photograph.
Coming up after the break, Jane Phillips will have the latest news in the sports world for you, so stay tuned. Okay.
Welcome back, sports fans. I'm Jane Phillips. Let's see what's going on in the sports world. KENW softball is ready to host Oklahoma Christian for a 3-game series this weekend, with the first game is set for Saturday at 1 p.m. at Greyhound Softball Field. And then the second game will follow that game to knock out the first 2 games of the series. And then on Sunday, the Hounds will wrap the series up at 12 p.m. We'll have scores and highlights next week. KENW Baseball set a new single-game program record for hits during a big scoring 28-24 win over UAFS. But on the flip side of that, Hounds dropped the 4-game series 1-3 to UAFS. The Hounds hope to bounce back as they hit the road for a 4-game series versus Oklahoma Christian this upcoming weekend. We'll have scores and highlights next week. Rams baseball is having a great season as they have a 7-4 record as they just wrapped up a game at Pecos High, and the Rams had a 14-0 win, and they host West Las Vegas tomorrow at 5 p.m. at Rams Field. We'll have scores next week. That's all the sports I have for you today. We'll be back at the desk after the break.
Well, that is all the news we have for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for watching News 3 New Mexico.
Have a good night.